Hi everyone, Bandanner here. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the WARNO Super League. Today we're taking a look at an early game with Yukipaw and Nihilio. Nihilio we saw in the other game I covered in the first round. I believe this is the second round. Obviously we switched maps to airport now. I just thought we'd see how these guys do and how Nihilio manages against Yukipaw, because Yukipaw obviously did pretty well in the tournament. So Yukipaw is playing as the 11th Cavalry, over on the left in blue, and over on the right in red we have Nihilio playing as the 119th. I know some people hate this map, but I really like it. Let's have a look at what Nihilio has down. So we got the Escortney heading towards the centre there, just to defend Foxtrot. We've got some Spetsnaz crew heading all the way to the far side of Foxtrot as well. Got a Spetsnaz crew heading into the centre. One's going to Echo, one's going into the tall building there. Nice position to be in, good line of sight. Got a BRDM2 heading down this way and pushing right through Zulu to the back there. That's quite aggressive early on. We've got a T-80U and a Tunguska heading over this way. Just sort of hang around near Foxtrot for the time being. Got another Escortney heading here to see off any helicopters that might come towards Alpha. And at the back here we've got a BMP 1K3 to cap some points. And a 12.7mm machine gun. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, there's not a lot down now. But the reality is that some of this stuff's quite expensive. I mean, the infantry here is obviously not particularly cheap. You know, 85 points for the Spetsnaz crew, plus 20 points for the vehicle. So, you know, it's 105 points immediately, and you've got 3 sets of those. T-80U is obviously quite expensive off the bat, as is the Tunguska. They are not cheap units. So, maybe he's got an aircraft as well, I think. But, yeah. Obviously, expensive stuff. I would expect that Nihilio would want to build up his forces before making too many moves. Whereas you have got a little bit more down over here for Yukipaw. So we got a Bradley recon unit going around here just to sit in that tree line, just to keep our eyes on for the moment. We've got a Milan 2, which is heading towards the center here into these buildings. We've got a Tow Cobra heading straight to Foxtrot, so that's going to run into the Tunguska eventually, but it might be able to do some damage. I suspect the Escortney will take it out though. We've got that Unimog supply just heading up that way. Tow Cobra heading up this way, straight into the center there. That's going to hit the other Escortney. At the back here, we've got another Milan 2. I would imagine, yeah, trying to head into this building. Obviously, ideally wants to be in that one, but I expect the Spetsnaz crew will get there first. So the Milan 2 might be in trouble here. Heimatschützen heading over this way, getting into that building there. May run into that other vehicle, the BRDM2. And then here we've got some rifles, or mech rifles specifically, and a command. And again, the mech rifles heading to the middle. This should be an interesting game, so let's get the show on the road. Both teams, or both players here, obviously have decent... Oh, wow. 3 F16s, 2 AAs, and an AA2. Those Escortneys are dead. Is there no jet from Nihilio's side? One Escortney is surely going to die here. Yep, straight down. That's not an ideal opening. The other Escortney has stopped. Here's the Su-27 coming out. Takes a hit, but manages to do some damage. Not ideal, though. Oh, nice. The Escortney, I think, there. Managed to get a side swipe on that F-16. So one F-16 goes down. That's not a terrible outcome to kill an F-16 at the start. But obviously, 2 of them still in play. The other Escortney is at risk. And the Tow Cobra can now just clean up. Tunguska here. The Escortney is going to go down, but the Tunguska can surely engage here. Tunguska does fire, but misses. Escortney goes down. Another jet is in. Another Su-27 coming in. Peels off, though. Oh, no, it's going for it. Another F-16 coming in. Nice hit there. Did damage to both of those, but the ripple effect missiles, that was nearly very bad for the SU. The F-16 AA2 veers off. I think that F-16 could have finished the job there. I think Nihilio was pretty lucky. But I think Yukipaw didn't want to risk the F-16 after already losing one. But the fact the other two were so close got them very badly damaged. So, Tow Cobras in the end absolutely did the job. The support of those F-16s really, really made a difference. Otherwise, I think both those Tow Cobras would be dead. Bradley pushing all the way around to this back point now, potentially. Let's just grab that and have a look. Yeah, heading into here. I'm surprised it's not gone all the way. I always knew it was going to be a slightly slow opening here for Nihilio, but... Apologies. Pushed my thumbstick too far. I always knew it was going to be a slow opening, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. This is a really bad start for Nihilio in the end. Because the loss of those Escortneys means the Tow Cobras just did whatever they wanted. They survived. They've now gone back to rearm and repair, which is pretty frustrating. One of them is badly damaged by the Tunguska, but it's still alive. And there's an F16C cluster fluttering around. That may suicide into a Tunguska. That may go for the T-80U next time it shows its face. You got a BMP 1K3 rolling around there. We've got some Motor Strelky and BMP 1s coming in now. That Bradley is pushing up and up and up with the support of a Tow Cobra there. So that Bradley will obviously be very effective at taking out any vehicles coming along this way. Currently a +2 to Yuki. It's a strong opening here. Another Tunguska on the way in. Obviously Nihilio needs to not just control some ground here, also needs to deal with the issues in the air. That Bradley is going to be a pain. Let's have a look at its range. Obviously, there's a Tow Cobra as well. So the range on the weapons there. Okay, so that BMP 1K3 is going to die to this Bradley, most likely. It's possible that BMP 1P is probably going to die to it as well. Or the Tow Cobra. This is bad. Because obviously that BMP 1K3 is stopped in the middle of nowhere and is taking fire from that Bradley. This could be a nasty... Oh, and he gets the kill. That's pretty bad for Nihilio. Losing that command as well. Cluster coming in there, just hanging around at the back. Already looking pretty strong for Yukipaw in this game. But Nihilio has really strong tanks. If he can build enough up to then do a push late game, he could still take this. Because it'll be difficult for Yukipaw to stop a full-on T-80U UD push. Especially if it's supported by aircraft. However, in the meantime, Yukipaw is capping everything. And I imagine Yukipaw will now go and cap this point over here as well. I'd be very surprised if that's not the case. Another T-80U is on the way. Obviously, there are still 2 Su-27s in play. So when the time comes, they can come in. And just keeping an eye on this cluster at the back. Because eventually that's going to swoop on something. Bradley making a run for it now. Probably going to escape from that missile. Yeah. Quite easily. There are a lot of jets flying around back here. 2 clusters. Obviously, Yukipaw hoping to get some kills on some T-80s with those. Another T-80U just being called in as well. There's 3 T-80Us. I mean, this is what I was saying. Nihilio has the potential to do this late game push with a load of heavy tanks. But obviously, It's difficult to be in multiple places at once. You can see there's just some Conkers vehicles at the side here, just covering this side of the map for Nihilio. Tunguska pushing up here. Needs to be careful, because it's kind of out on its own in the open. I don't think it's visible to anything right now, though. Oh, actually it is. Those mech rifles can see it from there. So that people in that building can see it, which is less than ideal. Yeah, so they have eyes on, so that Tunguska is very visible. And its radar is on, so if Yukipaw has any seed, that could be an issue. SU-27 coming in there, doing a swoop down on that tow cobra, does get the kill. No F-16s in at the minute, the 2 AAs coming in now. They obviously were coming in response to the SUs, but a little bit late, probably because they were repairing or refueling, as the case may be. Currently a +4 to Yukipaw. Command has just been called in at this side by Nihilio, so he will take this point back, I'm sure. T-80U has taken quite a bit of damage there. It's on half health. We'll have to retreat to rearm. Just looks like right now there's a lot more blue on the field. And partially that's because I think Nihilio's lost a bit more. And also, he's just got very expensive tanks. Those T-80Us are not cheap. Whereas, as you can see from the other side, there's no tanks out at the moment at the front line for Yukipaw. I am surprised we haven't seen... There is an M1A1 Abrams command tank on the way. That TR-55 is in a funny position down here. I was going to say that Milan 2 is going to go for it, and the other one. That's dead. I'm not sure where that TR-55 was going. That was unfortunate positioning for Nihilio. I think he may have forgotten it was heading that way. Or he wanted it in this tree line and it went all the way around the front to then come in. You got to be careful with tree lines and giving them auto orders, because sometimes they won't go in the back. They'll go all the way around to the front and then get shot. I've had that happen to me more than once. Rozvedka not going to win this fight. It's certainly outnumbered. T-80U taking fire from the Milan 2 there. T-80Us technically should win that fight. Laser Guided Bomber came in. Got a nice kill there. Small target for a Laser Guided Bomber, but if that's the only target you've got, so be it. That T-80U is taking a lot of damage from that Milan 2 at the moment. Milan 2 should go down, surely. Here come those clusters, though. I expect those clusters will be used to kill the T-80U there. Or maybe even the Tunguska. They went for the Tunguska, got the kill on the Tunguska, and did some serious damage to the T-80Us at this side. The M1A1 Abrams is coming in now. The loss of the Tunguska is obviously very frustrating. SU-27S coming in. There's a lot of F-16s in play. There's also an I-Hawk in play. I think Yukipaw has air superiority right now. One SU-27 badly damaged. The other one trying to get out. Should get out in time. Yeah, it does. Another cluster in play for Yukipaw. I've got to be honest, it is not looking good right now for Nihilio. You've got a UD coming in, but completely lacks air defense at this side of the map now. You've got one Tunguska there. We've got Estrella coming in. Estrella isn't really going to deal with these cluster bombers. Those F-16s are going to come in easily, swooping down on Estrellas. Finally, the cap goes in on Bravo, so that will bring us down to a +2. But Yukipaw already over halfway. With 29 minutes left of this game, it is not looking good for Nihilio at this point. The plans for a late game push with tanks looking less likely. Over at this side, neither player has brought in much. See, Nihilio is kind of pushing up with those Rozvedka and the machine gunner now. Just trying to see what's there, I think. BRDM2 Conkers look like they're moving over to the other side of the map. But right now, both air and ground map control is with Yukipaw. That's 2 Strelas coming in, but the Strelas aren't going to deal with these aircraft, is the problem. The Tunguska's being moved over as well. That stands more of a chance of dealing with them. But then, again, I can just see them dive bombing these AA pieces. And then once the AA pieces are dead, the tanks are just fair game, right? Lots of maneuvering around here. The T-80s moving over to the other side. Perhaps Nihilio is thinking about pushing the other side now. There's a lot of stuff here for Yukipaw, to be fair. And there's very little at the other side. I mean, there's nothing covering the back point for either player. So Nihilio could potentially swoop around here, clear this, and take the back point. However, holding that is going to be difficult because it's nearer the reinforcement route for Yukipaw, obviously, that side of the map. And I imagine that Yukipaw will soon retake Bravo over here on the left as well. It's not looking ideal right now for Nihilio. I have to be honest. SU-24 laser got a bomber coming in here. Surely going to go for... Well, it might die in the process, but I was going to say it's going to go for the tank. Does get the kill on the M1A1. How is this SU-24 alive? This surely... What? Surely it goes down. Surely it goes down. It got out. I cannot believe that got out. I am genuinely shocked. What was Yukipaw doing there with those F16s? There were like 5 F16s on the map at that point, and somehow that thing got out alive. Here's the other laser guided bomber coming in. They're all off the map now to repair and rearm, so just a cluster in. So that M1A1 command tank's going to go down. Oh, smoke just in time. Laser guided bomber will have to turn back around and come in again. More of a push at this side, and that's probably a good thing for Nihilio, because there's not a lot there defending. Obviously, a little bit concerning is the Milan 2. SU-27S coming in for the cluster there. Did the laser guided bomber get out there? I assume it got out. It didn't drop its payload, though. Nice kill on the F-16 cluster. Tow Cobra moving over to this side. There's no anti-air at this side, remember. It was moved to the other side. Speaking of, where the heck is that Tunguska? I think that Tunguska must have died. I see Estrella. Yeah, that Tunguska must have died to a Milan somewhere. Good positioning on the Milan. Just getting the odd shot off. SU-24 laser guided bomber coming in again. This is good amount of support here. That SU-24 took a nasty hit from the Eyehawk. Will be lucky to get out alive again. Clusters coming in. It does get out on 1 pip of health, so that'll be rearming and repairing for a while. This is nice, but those clusters are coming around. They're going for the tank, the T-80UD. No, both for the T-80U. Does get the kill on the T-80U. And they will get out alive to come back again. But this is a good push here. Nihilio is in the point. And he's kind of in control here. Yukipaw can't push out. Not looking so good at this side, though. That Abrams is going to come in here and decap that point again. Reinforcements coming in at this side for Yukipaw now. M1A1 coming in. Mech rifles coming in. Certainly this point now belongs to Nihilio. Can Nihilio capitalize here and perhaps push round the back? And just claim all of this and then cut off the supply for these points? Possibly. Iltis command coming in here. There's the M1A1 command. It's back to a +3. In a moment it'll be a +4. There's no command on the field for Nihilio. There's just calling in the BMP 1K3 now, but it's very slow. It's got 2 minutes 56 seconds to get to the front line. There it is coming in there. One's already on the way. Oh, there's 3 on the way. This one will make it to the front before that time is up, but it's going to be close. That's the problem with the BMPs. If you bring them in as a command, they are very slow. That's why I like ones with wheels. Even the little jeeps, although they're easy to kill, they're fast and they get to the front quickly. Obviously something to be said for choppers in that respect. And my rocket goes down. I'm just seeing a trail of red deaths at the moment. It is not going well for Nihilio this game. +4 continues. 2 minutes to the win for Yukipaw. A well-deserved victory, I must say, because the control has just been there throughout the game. Struggling a bit in the middle now, but I mean, Nihilio needs to break out of here and get 2 other points. And the lack of a command in there to cap anything right now is obviously very bad. A10 anti-tank comes in, gets a kill on a T-80U and another T-80U. That's game. In terms of just losses right now, all of those T-80Us have gone. The T-80UD in the middle is gone. That was a rough game for Nihilio in the grand scheme of things. That BMP 1K3 is coming in down this road here. Maybe at risk of getting hit by this thing. Sea Knight coming in as well with a TOW 2. Laser Guard bomber clearing up a bit. 1 minute to the victory, and the commands just aren't there. Even with this being neutralized and potentially captured, it'll still be a +2. And that's still a good 10-20 seconds away from getting in there. And this is just getting torn apart right now. I mean, we might as well zoom in here for the end of this. SU-27 coming in, going for the Sea Knight. Laser Guided Bomber at the back there, takes a hit from the Eyehawk. Smoke going down there from the Panzer Mortars of Yukipaw to stop those BMP-1Ps firing. SU-27S takes a hit, and another, and down goes the SU-27S. 2 SU-27Ss killed in quick succession now. The kills to losses here, I would imagine, are massively in Yukipaw's favour, but I might be surprised. But Yukipaw has just maintained really good control. Currently still a +1. This will neutralise at 1919. But I just don't see any way that Nihilio can pull this back now. He's lost too many tanks. Too much anti-air. And now has lost all his air superiority fighters, I would imagine. I don't think he's going to magically pull anything else out here. Maybe I'm wrong. There's that Laser Guided Bomber coming in again. BMP 1K3 rushing around to try and cap stuff. Laser Guided Bomber does drop there. Gets a kill another Abrams. F16 cluster coming in. Not sure what it's targeting. I think it was going for the Laser Guided Bomber. No, I think it's going for the command. We're zooming in. Nice strike. Nice dive on that. It's another command dead. Still +1 currently due to the middle being contested, and there's the surrender. Commiserations, Nihilio. That was a very rough game from the outset. Yeah, significant difference in kills to losses. Kind of obvious, about double. Yukipaw did very well there with the control from the get-go. And all of those F16s coming out at the start, I wasn't expecting it. And they just easily cleared up those 2 Escortneys. And then the TOW Cobras just cleared up everything else. So the opening was bad for Nihilio. And then from that point, I mean, the clusters here, both got a Tunguska. That's just very unfortunate. The lack of AA, obviously, at that side then meant that the clusters could just do whatever they wanted. They got the command. Yeah, that other command got hit by the Milan 2. F16 cluster got a T80U. Abrams there got all the BMPs. T80UD went down to the A10. So that A10 did a lot. Or the there must have been two A10s, yeah. So one got the UD, two U's there. And then the iHawk got both the Su-27s in the end in quick succession. That's rough. That's a rough dice roll. Lazy bomber was working hard. That got out a couple of times somehow, even though it should have been dead, in my opinion. One tow Cobra down, one cluster, one F16C. Oh, the Tunguska got that in the end. I thought the Escortney managed to get it. But yeah, a rough game for Nihilio there, but well played to both players. Good attempt to come back and good swerve over to the other side of the map by Nihilio. That could have paid off really well. Unfortunately, it felt like Yukipaw was kind of ready to deal with it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon for some more WARNO.